Alright, Star Wars fans and YouTubers, I'm back for another review. This review is going to be dedicated to, in my opinion, one of Great Britain's greatest actors ever. This is a man who George Lucas was a huge admirer of, even before he made Star Wars. I would say this man is more of an inspiration to me, being the Imperial collector I am today, than any other actor. Now that's saying a lot, because Star Wars had a lot of great actors. It's not even Darth Vader. I think you may know who it is. He's also a great friend of Christopher Lee's and did a good deal of monster movies with him in the past before Star Wars. And believe me, they're both great actors from two different eras of Star Wars. Count Dooku and the late, great Peter Cushing playing Grand Moff Tarkin. Yes, I've been waiting to do this review. This guy, trust me, in the 2-minute scene he was in the Death Star conference room, left such an impression on me. This is a man who even could command Darth Vader. And he had what it took for a commanding presence and a charisma to get away with it. So trust me, this man is truly a great actor. He is missed in the Star Wars community as well as the monster movie community since he passed away. And this is the first time he's ever on an original style card back. I was amazed that Kenner never made a figure of Grand Moff Tarkin. The first time he ever came out was in the Power of the Force 2 collection in the late 1990s. Now, I do have that figure, but since I'm helping my folks rearrange the guest bedroom, he's in deep storage right now, and I don't have him available for this review. The next time he was released was actually in the Saga 2006 series. I have that right here. He actually was released in a battle pack called the Death Star Briefing. He's with Darth Vader and 5 other Imperial officers, all pretty much essential for any Imperial collection. In fact, that was one of the first things I got for my Imperial collection, was the Death Star Briefing. And then I just basically began to build up from there, my whole collection. But here he is from that. He was also in the Revenge of the Sith. Basically, he was computer generated in there. And they do have a figure from the Revenge of the Sith line as Tarkin. They re-released that figure in, let's see, the 30th anniversary line as well as the Legacy line in a comic pack. He's in comic book colors, and I don't have that either. He is with one Stormtrooper. And then they have this version right here from the Vintage Collection in Kenner style cardback. Now, a lot of us have been waiting our entire collection lives to get this figure, mainly for the cardback. Now, I have 2 of them. I made the mistake of ordering one, opening it, helping my parents put a bunch of stuff in deep storage because we're redoing a room, and then ordered another one and opening it. Now the second one accidentally opened on me. I didn't want to open it. It was an unpunched, almost perfect figure. That was a mistake, but you know, I really don't have a problem with having 2 Tarkins. So here's the figure, and first of all, I want you to look very closely. I do not have HD. I do not have HD, but look very closely at the hair and the detail of the facial sculpt. Here's the older one from 2006, still a good figure, in my opinion, but just look at the difference between the two. Another difference is the color of the uniform. Also, the current one is a bit taller. They're both good figures and both good likenesses of Peter Cushing, but the current one is much better. I'll give you a 360 of him. And unlike a lot of figures, which I have problems with lack of accessories, he does come with one accessory. He does come with the mouse droid. Now, the mouse droid was actually with the Revenge of the Jedi figures. You could get him alone. It's a relatively new mouse droid with wheels, working wheels. I've got the old one right here. I got this from like a Power of the Jedi droid. I forget the name of the droid, but he was on the Capture of the Tantive 4. The 2 are very similar. Let me get my thumb out of the way. Look at them. The 2 are very similar indeed. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. But the big difference is the working wheels on the new one. And I'm glad Tarkin does come with this as a bonus. It is really cool. And this figure is also a new benchmark for Imperial figures. A lot of them have been based off of the Saga collection figure. They had just a slight variance among the sculpts of that one. And he's hard to fit into vehicles and stuff because to make him look realistic, they had to put this tunic, they had to mold it together. And his legs are articulate, but you can't move them. So he can't fit into a vehicle or anything. And they had it before with the Power of the Force 2, but he has a big awkward looking crotch. He has where his legs can move, and he just didn't look very realistic as a figure. In fact, a lot of figures from that era had the AT-AT commander and everything. With this guy, they made him with a soft tunic, and he lifts up. It lifts up like this. You see, you can move his legs like this, and the soft tunic just basically works with him. So this is a soft goods figure. I will read his articulation off to you. Alright, Grand Moff Tarkin has a ball-jointed neck. He has ball-hinged shoulders, ball-hinged elbows, a swivel wrists, a swivel waist, swivel hips, ball-hinged knees and ankles. The mouse droid is officially called an MSE-6 mouse droid, and he also comes with an SE-14C blaster pistol. That's different than the basic Stormtrooper pistol, what is the E11 that they've been coming with for years. Here's the new pistol. I find it amusing that Tarkin and all these high-ranking Imperial officers you've never seen with guns in the movie always come with guns. As I told you, one of my first Imperial sets was the Death Star briefing. Everyone in there has a gun except for Vader, who has his lightsaber. I can never picture these guys, you know, all just drawing their guns on the good guys. They always have a commanding presence. They always have their stormtroopers do it for them. But anyway, this guy came out about the same time as the, well, not the same time, but both in the Vintage Collection, as the Imperial Navy Commander, and you saw a good deal of them on the Death Star. And I love this figure. I'd like to give him a total 10, or at least a 9.75, just because I'm so impressed with Grand Moff Tarkin and Peter Cushing as an actor. So he gets very high ratings from me. The only thing is, I don't think his uniform is the color accuracy it was in the movie, but I will watch the movie again to make sure. But at least a 9.75 for this guy. Kudos for Hasbro on bringing the mouse droid with it, and kudos to Hasbro for giving us such a great likeness of the great Peter Cushing, one of Great Britain's greatest actors ever, in my opinion. And I hope you enjoyed this review and my immense praise of Peter Cushing. Please get this card back, get this figure, and I would definitely get 2 of them and keep one mint, because we've all been waiting a long time for this. Here's the back of it, some other figures as well. I didn't show you the back. And I would like to eventually, someday, do a dedication to Peter Cushing on my site, if I have the time. But I'm hoping I do. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this review. Supreme signing out, and as always, thank you for tuning in.